My name is Dr. Natasha Hurley-Walker, and I'm a senior lecturer at the International Centre for Radio Astronomy Research at Curtin University. So I'm a radio astronomer. I have historically been involved with the Murchison Wide Field Array, running projects like the Galactic and Extragalactic All-Sky MWA Survey, or GLEAM, so doing these wide field imaging surveys, and recently taken a little bit of a turn into transient radio astronomy. So last year we published an amazing find, which was a radio source that repeated every 18 minutes. And we found that with the Murchison Wide Field Array in a student project with Tyrone O'Doherty, who was doing his honours at the time. And this 18-minute repeating source was really difficult to understand. We only had a few months of data, and after that it switched off and we couldn't find it again. So that was really puzzling. The best match we could find to that kind of behavior was an object called an ultra-long period magnetar, which is a kind of highly magnetic neutron star spinning quite slowly. And it was thought that briefly those magnetic fields could give rise to some radio emission that would explain what we'd seen. But the key to understanding these sources is to find more of them. So in late 2022, we used the Murchison Wide Field Array to scan thousands of square degrees of our own galaxy every 3 days for a few months. And it didn't take us long to find a new source, this one repeating every 22 minutes. And as we looked back through our historical archives, both of the MWA and other telescopes around the world, we found that it had actually been on for over 33 years. And the first detection was in 1988 when I was just 5 years old. So that was highly significant, and we were trying to understand what that source could actually be. The long period magnetar explanation is no longer such a good fit because magnetars should not produce emission for over 30 years. The source also appears to be below the death line, which is the theoretical limit of where these neutron stars should produce radio emission. So we're currently pursuing other exotic explanations, perhaps a very unusual and highly magnetic white dwarf, perhaps some kind of binary system, perhaps something else that we don't even know yet. So that's why the publication is in Nature and everyone's very excited about the results. So the Murchison Wide Field Array has a fantastic large field of view, and that makes it an excellent transient discovering machine. We also have an enormous archive, so over 10 years of observations stretching back across many different frequencies. And with the algorithms that my team has developed, we should be able to scan that archival data and find many more examples of these sources. With a larger population, we can start to understand where are they in our galaxy? Do they have any particular distribution of properties? Do they have a maximum period? Is there a minimum period? All of these things could start to tell us about this puzzling emission mechanism that's producing the radio waves. So the MWA will be absolutely key to solving this mystery. We could not have discovered this object without the MWA. The MWA was able to perform the observations that we needed to do the detection in a few hours per night. If you tried to use other telescopes, for instance, the ASCAP telescope or the Parkes telescope, it would take hundreds to thousands of hours per night, as in that literally cannot be done. The MWA's field of view, sensitivity, resolution, and ability to capture fine-time resolution data were all key to making this discovery. I think the really fantastic thing about this research is we've been able to involve undergraduates at key points. So Tyrone O'Doherty, doing his honours, was able to search a lot of the data and make the very first discovery of the 18-minute source. And recently, Chanad Horvath, a third-year undergraduate student, contributed to the detection algorithm that we use in order to find the newest 22-minute source. So it's fantastic to have young people involved in this research, and I would encourage anybody interested to reach out, talk to me, and maybe we can find a project for you.